A bad-tempered debate in Israel's parliament, the Knesset, ran through the night. Eventually, this most controversial element of the country's second COVID-19 lockdown was voted through at 4:30 in the morning. Outside, protesters had come to oppose the new restrictions, which will now limit demonstrations to a maximum of 20 people, travelling no more than a kilometre from their homes. They'd been there for much of the day, making the most of what would turn out to be their last legal opportunity during lockdown to call together for the resignation of a prime minister on trial for corruption.
Today is the last day of democracy in Israel. They try to acquit the Democrat and to move to be a dictator, like the worst regime in the world.
They might be arrested for this, but they will not stop protest.
For months now, these protests have been a physical manifestation of the political pressure that Benjamin Netanyahu is under. There is no question that he wants them over. His case is that large gatherings such as this can't be justified during a lockdown to combat a pandemic. On Saturday night, Netanyahu released this video, emphasizing the necessity of the restrictions and admitting he was mistaken to ease them so quickly at the end of the first lockdown. He also tweeted an image of a near-empty Western Wall at a time just before the Jewish holy day of Yom Kippur, when it would usually be packed with worshippers. The message that people shouldn't be able to protest together if they can't pray together isn't entirely his. Israel's powerful ultra-Orthodox politicians, unwilling for their voters to be singled out, said they wouldn't support a national lockdown unless protests were included.
He's caving into pressure. The ultra-Orthodox are using it a little bit cynically to rally their own base, because a third of all new cases are coming out of the ultra-Orthodox, who represent less than 10% of the Israeli population. And the real problem is in buildings. The problem is during prayers, people singing loud. That's been proven.
Last Saturday, protesters confronted police in the latest of weeks of demonstrations near Netanyahu's official residence. If they return this Saturday, their very presence will be breaking the law. Fawcett, Al Jazeera, West Jerusalem.